Israel's war machine is still firing on all fronts, but behind the firepower, the cracks are starting to show. The army's top commanders are sounding alarms, warning that Israel may soon be fighting on borrowed strength. From Gaza to the Lebanese border, the battle keeps expanding, while the ranks holding them are wearing thin. With 12,000 troops short and no relief in sight, every soldier has become a lifeline in a war of endurance. As Hezbollah's attacks intensify in the north, IDF generals are pleading for reinforcements before the system breaks. Amid rising casualties across multiple fronts, Israel's army chief has issued a stark warning, saying the military could soon collapse in on itself. Reports from Channel 13 reveal that Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir told ministers, "I am raising 10 red flags before you," signaling deep operational strain within the ranks. According to the Times of Israel, Zamir delivered this warning during a high-level security cabinet meeting on March 25, underscoring fears that Israel's manpower crisis could soon reach a breaking point. Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir said, and I quote, "I am raising 10 red flags before you. The IDF now needs a conscription law, a reserve duty law, and a law to extend mandatory service. Before long, the IDF will not be ready for its routine missions and the reserve system will not hold," unquote. Zamir has issued similar warnings in the past, repeatedly drawing attention to the growing manpower shortage inside the Israeli military. Back in January, he reportedly cautioned Prime Minister Netanyahu that the ongoing troop shortfall could soon undermine Israel's overall military readiness. According to recent reports, since the October 7th attacks, the Israeli Defense Forces have been operating with at least 12,000 fewer troops, stretching the army's capacity across multiple fronts. Separately, another senior IDF commander has echoed these concerns, pointing to the growing operational strain in the occupied West Bank. Major General Avi Bluth, head of the IDF Central Command, warned that the rapid expansion of Israeli settlements is further stretching limited manpower. Speaking during a cabinet meeting on March 25, Bluth highlighted the direct impact of government policies on security operations in the area. He added that each new settlement, particularly in the West Bank and Jordan Valley, demands additional troops and protection measures, compounding the burden on an already overextended military. Major General Avi Bluth said, and I quote, "This is your policy, but it requires security and a full protection package because the reality on the ground has completely changed, and that requires manpower," unquote. This comes at a critical time for Israel's military, as forces continue to suffer mounting casualties across several battlefronts, just when every available soldier is needed. Two Israeli soldiers were killed and 4 others were wounded in a Hezbollah attack targeting IDF forces in southern Lebanon. One of the fallen soldiers was identified as 21-year-old Sergeant Aviad Volansky from Jerusalem, whose death has drawn national attention and sorrow. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu later paid tribute to the soldiers killed in Lebanon, praising their courage and vowing their sacrifice would not be in vain. According to reports, Hezbollah operatives launched 2 anti-tank missiles from positions near the Litani River, striking an Israeli Merkava tank and sparking intense clashes along the border. Hezbollah's statement read, and I quote, "On Tuesday, March 26, 2006, forces of the 7th Brigade of the 36th Division of the Israeli Enemy Army deployed a remotely controlled bulldozer between the Eyal area in Tabor and the town of Kantara with the aim of reconnaissance and uncovering the positions of the Islamic resistance defenses. The Mujahideen spotted it and gave it time in order to lure the enemy into a well-laid ambush. At 6:50 p.m. yesterday, Wednesday, an armored company advanced in a longitudinal formation from the direction of Eyal towards the town of Kantara in preparation for capturing it. The Mujahideen, who were monitoring the enemy's movements, waited until all their vehicles were within the well-defined firing range. Upon receiving the order, and with the cry of "O Messenger of God," the skilled gunners launched their guided missiles at the central platoon of the formation, consisting of 4 Merkava tanks and a D9 bulldozer, hitting them with precision and destroying them. While the rear platoon, consisting of 4 Merkava tanks, was deploying a thick smoke screen to conceal its position, the Mujahideen again struck them with guided missiles, completely destroying their readiness before their very eyes, who watched the tanks burning. Simultaneously with the engagement, the artillery support groups of the resistance targeted the command headquarters of the enemy battalions positioned in the Al-Tayya project, Rab Thalathing, and Al-Uwaida, as well as the reinforcement forces brought in to evacuate the wounded. The vanguard attempted to continue its advance towards the entrance of the town of Kantara, but our Mujahideen confronted them with direct missile fire, destroying a D9 bulldozer and a Merkava tank in addition to destroying a second tank near the reservoir. This forced the enemy soldiers to abandon the remaining vehicles and attempt to retrieve their casualties, fleeing on foot towards the Mahazibat area. The Mujahideen managed to thwart the enemy's maneuver, inflicting losses on their forces amounting to 10 tanks and 2 D9 bulldozers. They had also thwarted a similar attempt 2 days prior from the town of Tabor towards the town of Deir Yang, destroying 8 Merkava tanks. Unquote. The Israeli military confirmed that while the first missile was successfully intercepted, the second managed to hit its target, killing Sergeant Aviad Volansky and injuring several others. In a statement, the IDF added that 4 soldiers from the 77th Battalion were lightly wounded during the attack and have since been evacuated for treatment. Volansky's death marks the 4th Israeli soldier killed in the ongoing ground offensive against Hezbollah, underscoring the growing toll of the Northern Front.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.